war on Christmas continues. Okay.
Oh, thanks God.
This time it's happening in Arkansas, where an elementary school was invited to a church to see a special play, basically the Charlie Brown Christmas play. And one atheist mother was upset about it. So as a result, the entire play was shut down.
Okay, now that's the kind of thing that O'Reilly would lose his mind over. Nah, you got these radicals, these loony left, like Psy. And they're shutting down the Charlie Brown Christmas for everybody. Okay, what was the real issue here?
Okay, so, Terry Elementary School was invited to a church to go see a Charlie Brown Christmas. And a Charlie Brown Christmas doesn't really bother me if they were to maybe show the movie or do a play on campus. Okay, if a parent objects to it, she can just keep him or her home. It's not that big of a deal. But the idea of taking an elementary class to a church to watch the play really bugged an atheist mother, which I think is understandable. So as a result, the church eventually decided to cancel that event, but then they later rescheduled it for the public. So anyone who wants to go can go. But the question is, why are you guys inviting public elementary school students to a church? Like, that's not okay. That's not...
Well, they're doing it to indoctrinate them. What do you mean? Then they'll slip in a little Jesus this, and a little Mary that, and a little Nazareth this.
Imagine if a mosque invited an elementary school.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
But look, so I don't mind, right? So the whatever Christmas show, I wouldn't have even thought about it. I mean, I'm agnostic, I can't stand religion, etc. We've done that a million times on the show. But if they showed my kid that in school, I wouldn't mind at all.
Yeah.
Even if they're going to take him to a church, I wouldn't have gone as far as she did. But she has every right in the world to insist that they not bring her son to a church if she doesn't believe it. And you think that they're not going to slip a little Jesus Christ and and the Holy Ghost in there? They're going to throw a little Holy Ghost on you. That's why they bring him to the church. Otherwise, they could show the movie in the school, right? So I get that. I get why she I wouldn't object, but everybody's different, and if she objects, that makes sense. And then the church opened up to the public, so wow, big harm. Then they can do it, and I'm sure a lot of the kids went. Problem solved.
I think the problem came when first she pulled her kid out, then she went to saying, well, for good reason, I guess, the separation between this public school and having to go and taking kids to a church. So then she began to protest the whole thing. And then it became a kind of a story around this church, and then they decided to shut down and whine, I think, a little bit, and shut the whole thing down, rather than just go ahead and saying, we invite the kids, if you don't want to go, you don't go. They could have continued that, and probably 85% of the kids would have gone.
Yeah, it became a standoff. I'm sure you're right, right? Like neither side wanted to back down, and then it became like a war on Christmas thing, and then people wanted to get on Fox News. Okay, now we're extrapolating a little bit. By the way, that funny Santa poll that I shared from Public Policy Polling? Majority of the country believe there is a war on Christmas.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, devastating.
Is that because the majority of the country is Christian?
No, I mean, a lot of Christians aren't so dumb as to believe that there's a war on Christmas.
How is there a war on Christmas when, it's freaking July and you walk into a store and there are Christmas decorations everywhere?
I know, they start so early now. They're like, right after they put down the Easter bunny, they're like, oh, here's Santa. Okay, all right, I got it. And it's all about capitalism, etc. So these goofballs, and obviously Christmas is a pagan tradition to begin with, but it's depressing that a majority of the country believes there actually is a war on Christmas.